So at the time of recording this video here, there are conflicting reports on Twitter that Lewandowski has either agreed to join a deal to join Barcelona, or that, he has informed Bayern that he no longer wants to play with the club. And obviously, unless it's official, I'm not going to, read any news about it unless, of course, either Bayern confirm it or unless Lewandowski confirms it himself through his Instagram account. And here's the thing, man. Obviously, everybody knew that sooner or later Lewandowski likely that the Lewandowski days at the Bavaria could be coming to an end. And if that's true, man, then hey, I want to thank Lewandowski for everything he's done with Bayern. I'll never forget that important game, well, not important, but that incredible game where he scored 5 Gs in 9 minutes, against Wolfsburg. Like, I still remember that game like it was yesterday, and I honestly believe that game solidified Lewandowski's legacy with Bayern too, But here's the thing, man. If Bayern are going to be moving on here from Lewandowski, then my question is, why don't they go after a striker that's like, maybe, for example, the talent of Haaland? That's who they should be going after, because the only striker that I think is capable of replacing Lewandowski at Bavaria is Haaland. Okay, Erling Haaland, I think, or Benzema are the only strikers that can, replace Lewandowski, because besides those names, no other striker can replace Lewandowski at Bavaria. Like, I'm sorry, but obviously, if Barca do manage to secure Lewandowski's signature, and he's officially then gonna, be, leaving Bavaria, then it's going to be a big loss for Bayern, and our chances of winning a Champions League could be much smaller, okay? Because right now, Lewandowski, he offers us the best opportunity to win multiple Champions League titles, because yes, we won one with him in 2020, but obviously, you think you're going to win more, but unfortunately that hasn't been really the case for Bayern, partly because, they still have yet to get a holding midfielder, something I've been saying, and it seems like that the Bayern board do not have their priorities straight, and it just sucks that all of these reports are coming out, the day before Bayern are supposed to before they are set to play Villarreal in leg 2 of the Champions League quarterfinals. And, it could kind of be a distraction for the club, especially since, maybe the players are on their social medias and then they're reading conflicting reports on Twitter that Lewandowski could be on his way out of Bavaria. And that's the frustrating part here, is that I think that the timing of this is pretty bad, because I thought that normally if Lewandowski was going to be linked with the move to Barcelona, it would have been during the summer, but now it's all of it is happening right in the middle of a Champions League week and all that stuff. But I mean, the real question I have for the Bayern board is, do they even have a plan on who's going to be the replacement for Lewandowski if Lewandowski does leave Bayern? Because, I mean, think about it, man. Obviously, we're still going to have our key players, I'm certain, in Neuer, in Muller, in Kimmich, in Davis, in Goretzka. So obviously Lewandowski leaving, that's just one player, but at the same time, he's been our most consistent player for the club these past 5 years. Okay, these past 5-7 years, no other player has been more consistent for the club and in terms of form than Lewandowski. I mean, you can't dispute that at all. Because at this point right now, it seems like to me, man, that Bayern just, that they really that the board either doesn't have their priorities straight, or they just didn't even give an effort to re-sign Lewandowski, or maybe look for a replacement for him, like in Haaland, for example. Even though Haaland, yes, he would have caused the club an arm and a leg, but at the same time, I think it would have been worth the money to go after Haaland. Because, I mean, think about it. Haaland, he's without a doubt the only striker in the Bundesliga that I think can replace Lewandowski, because besides him and Benzema, I don't see any other player that can replace Lewandowski at the club, And hypothetically, if Lewandowski does leave Bavaria, then I feel like Bayern are probably going to be in that moment now where they're going to be trying to look for a striker that can replace Lewandowski, and then you hope that it's going to be a good striker, that it won't be some, average player that's, easily replaceable and all that stuff. But I mean, right now, man, like I said before, I don't really trust these reports unless I officially believe it. But obviously, since, the story has exploded on Twitter, on football Twitter, that's why I felt compelled to make this video and just say that the Bayern board, I feel like they really need to get their priorities straight. Because if Lewandowski does leave, then that's when I think our Champions League window is going to be likely coming to a bit of a close, unless we find ourselves a striker that can replace Lewandowski. Because obviously Lewandowski going to Barcelona given how Barcelona have been in incredible form right now. Especially their rise right now from the ashes, especially after all the hardships Barca recently faced, that financial crisis. Them not qualifying for the Champions League, and obviously Xavi has been a difference maker at Barca, and now it seems like that the timing for Lewandowski for him is good, because since Barcelona are in that state of resurgency, in that transfer, or in that translation to, once again being that top tier Barca like how they were 10 years ago, Lewandowski, obviously for him, that timing is good to join, because then he realized that he can be part of Xavi's future at Barcelona. In other words, he can be part of Xavi's winning squads. And I guess Lewandowski maybe thinks that Barca offers him the best chance as well of winning another Champions League title, even though he was linked with Madrid. And I personally think that Madrid, at the time of recording this video, Madrid, they are still in better competition compared to Barca, because obviously Madrid, they're in the Champions League. And I think that Lewandowski joining Real Madrid would have given him a way more massive chance. But at the same time, Barcelona, a club that's once again on the upswing, is making an all-out move for Lewandowski. And it really sucks that if you're a Bayern fan, because obviously you want him to stay with your club. But, at the end of the day, you have to realize that, football is a business too, okay? That it's part of the business, and sooner or later, your favorite player any day can leave the club. And that's how I'm going about this, man. So, hey, that's just me here. But obviously, man, if we still have a chance at trying to convince Lewandowski to stay at Bavaria, then I think that the Bayern board need to go all out and just set their priorities straight. Because maybe I feel like that... maybe if the Bayern board had set their priorities straight by maybe getting a holding midfielder, and just, doing everything they can to convince Lewandowski to stay at Bavaria, then obviously we probably wouldn't be hearing all these reports right now that Lewandowski has either agreed to join Barcelona, or that, in other words, he's being heavily, once again, linked with Barcelona and all that stuff. But obviously, man, just the timing I think, isn't the best. But I guess that was just me, rambling for 7 minutes about this potential move to Barca. But really, I mean, for Bayern, it's not looking good, especially if we get knocked out tomorrow against Villarreal. Like, I'm hoping this club, at least right now, before Lewandowski, if he does leave, is that I'm hoping the club gets their crap tomorrow right against Villarreal, and they learn how to play some better, proper football. Because, I mean, really, right now, for Bayern, they are out of excuses. They need to get their crap together, especially the board, set their priorities straight. Summer, get a holding midfielder. That's what they could do at least. So, yeah, I'm done making this video. Let's go Bayern.